Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast where we try to figure it all out with your hosts, Brandon and Colin. On this week's show, an alcove.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you going? Yeah.
I am in a remote place of places.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. I have found an alcove in a hotel by which we can discourse here. So
Gasp.
I will.
No business lounge? What?
Well, no, it is in the business lounge, but
okay.
it's of the lounge. There's like a cove of the business loungy area.
Ooh, nice. There we go.
So
The secret corner of the
it
business
is
lounge.
secret corner.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Yes. So we have traveled far and afield. We have made it into Austin, Texas. And let me tell you, I figured what better thing to do in Austin than to podcast, because it's a place that has never heard of podcasting.
Yeah,
and so
it's brand new here, I hear, right?
really
It's never been
excited
done before.
to start this trend and show
I
people.
like it. Yeah, nice. Perfect.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yes. So we are here.
We're not doing it for tax evasion purposes. We're here because Colin is
Yes.
hosting, right? Like,
Obviously, this is what we're doing. So if I stray too far from the microphone, let me know, because I'm in an alcove of an alcove. So
in the nook,
I am
in an alcove.
alcove,
in a corner.
nooked, an alnookove. It's actually a very interesting little spot. Let me see if I can send you this picture. Like,
I say it's very Harry Pottery what you're describing, right? Like, we're very
yeah, I mean, it looks nice. Like, I don't know, like it's
Oh my,
more like,
yes,
like,
okay.
right. So it's not like I'm not under it. I'm not under a staircase.
I meant like Hogwartsy. Like, you go around a corner and a corner and a corner, and then like hidden back away that no one even knew was there is you sitting.
I'm behind some locked doors and
Okay.
around a corner and then another corner. So it's kind of
Nice.
like that.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yes.
Bang.
So,
I like it.
yeah, it
Coffee
is.
cup activated even on remote location. Good.
Yes.
Glad to see that.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yes, I have that. I have some water over here that I'm keeping away. I'm keeping these away from my on my little tiny desk. So
I feel like this is a good plan.
If
good job.
If I turn to my left, I'm going to try and work on my mic technique here. That's all.
It's okay. It's fine.
But travel day. So we took 2 days to travel, and it has been good. But I have to report to you something that is the most terrifying thing I have encountered in all my travels.
Oh dear. Oh no.
So, they have those like combination restaurants, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have. Yes. These are allegedly, according to the internet, these are going out of fashion. It's hard to find them.
Oh.
Some of them. Right.
Oh.
Like
yes.
the KFC Taco Bell is a rare beast indeed.
It is a rare beast indeed. And so we're driving along, and we're in, I don't remember where we are, Hillsboro, Texas. And we're getting
totally
about
real place.
Yes, definitely a real place. And Megan says, "Hey, it's time for lunch. We need to think about what we're going to be eating." And I was like, "Okay, this is great." So we start a looking and a searching, and we both look over to the left, and Megan goes, "Oh," and I say, "Oh, well, we're going to eat at IHOP." And Megan goes, "No, we had breakfast stuff this morning at the hotel. We're not doing that. We're going to do the Applebee's." And I said, "What Applebee's?" And she said, "Over there." And I'm like, okay. So we turn around after I miss the exit, which is fine. Obviously.
Channeling your inner dad. I like it. Okay, good.
Just went, zoom. And we pull up, and it's this gas station that's right across from a Buc-ee's, so you know they're trying to compete.
Dang.
And in this building, now I did not get the full picture here, but this restaurant is an Applebee's / IHOP.
Dang. The rarest of beasts.
And then
I did not know. I saw somewhere, I was watching videos about like a random dude that like eats at like restaurant toury video things or whatever. And I think this subject was brought up. I don't know if he was going to go to one of these or he did go to one of these. Like this is hilarious that you found this.
I found one
in real life.
In the wild. And not just but we ate at it. Okay, so
yeah,
that may
he went to one of these too.
Okay, that may say a lot about like what we do. But here's the other thing.
How could you not? It's right there.
I mean, you probably should not, if we're being very real about this. But here's the other thing.
It clearly worked out in your scenario. You're the perfect demographic because you wanted the breakfast thing and your wife did not.
Yes.
And low.
Here it is. But Brandon, I'm not telling you what other restaurant was attached to this.
Oh my God, triple. I was not ready for triple.
So in one, you can sit down and there's a menu, and the menu is 1/2 Applebee's, 1/2 IHOP. However, if this is not to your liking,
it's like a man, bear, pig situation.
Yes, it is
1/2 man,
it
1/2 bear, 1/2
it
pig.
is. They went so far, and I did not want to take too many photos, but like the decorating, like half of the room is very Applebee's-y, the other half of the room is very IHOP-y.
Oh, that's very weird.
It's very odd. It's very odd and very disturbing. And
those two aesthetics are very dissimilar. I don't know.
You could tell that like
it's like a hard vertical line where all of a sudden the blue and reds lines happen, and the other side is like random pictures nailed to a wall.
Yes. Well, no, you could tell that they really tried to find. They did actually try to find some common ground for like middleness here, so it wasn't just like nyunk. But if you flip through this and you were like, none of this is what I really want. If you were to turn to your right, you could walk down a very short hallway into a Burger King.
Oh my God! What? Wow. Yeah. The best part of this, and the reason this is like so confusing, right, is that it's not a like KFC Taco Bell situation or like. There's like sometimes there's like a Long John Silver's and like something else together, right? But like this, like Applebee's sells burgers, yes. IHOP sells burgers, and of course Burger King sells burgers. So like you're really sort of oversaturating the market in just one building.
The burgers, right? Like the burger per square footage here is
off the charts.
Should be legislated. There should be legislation to limit the amount of burgers.
Right, like
per
it made
square foot.
I think in Kansas City there a long time ago there used to be the mythical KFC Taco Bell Pizza Hut. Right.
Oh,
and
yes.
This is a restaurant that caters to a broad variety of things.
Yes.
Right. But you accidentally stumbled into which burger would you
which burger do you want? Right. Like it's so anyway, we
that
just
is
like
something.
Man, it was something else. And then the other thought hit me. Like here I am traveling through, taking part in this spectacle of commercialization and capitalism, like genuinely, like okay, cool, like late stage capitalism. Say what? But then I realize I'm sitting there, and somebody comes in and picks up a to-go order.
Oh no!
In Hillsborough, Texas, So then I'm like, my brain just suddenly like, and the matrix
this order
lifts,
for?
and I'm going, oh, the locals can just come here. Like,
Still crazy though.
you can just roll out of bed and be like, yo, what you want? I have one address. I can either get you an Applebee's burger, an IHOP burger, or a Burger King burger. I'm making one stop. Let me know, right? Like, there's like what a world.
That's rough.
What a world to live in.
Does the combined restaurant have the full menu, or is it a limited menu from each location?
Full menu.
Dang.
Full menu. And that's saying a lot for Applebee's and IHOP.
That is a lot. Yeah, because I would argue that the IHOP menu is too big.
It's too much. Like, you don't need.
It's too big already.
It's just eggs and carbs. Stop. Like, just pull back just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But no, yeah, it's all like in there. And yeah, the menu that you get handed, it was like 6 pages or more, like front and back.
Right?
Yes, it was. It was like you felt the earth kind of rumble beneath you whenever they placed it.
Did it like thud down on the table with like a Indiana Jones-ish sound effect? Like just
yes. Boof, the dust pushes out everywhere.
Comes out.
Yes, it's fantastic.
It wasn't dust, it was actually flour from pancakes.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Nice. So yeah, there we were, like just like eaten, and then we got our way, and I left that magical fairy world of this like trifecta.
Dang.
Of
that's crazy.
Yes, yeah, that is of the news that I have to bring you today. Like I had to share this before it got away from me.
That is important news. Holy cow! I don't even know how to process this information.
I haven't. I've just let it go.
I mean,
it just there's no process. Why process it? It just needs to be out there in the world.
That's true. Just kind of live with it and move on.
Yeah, I think the more you process it, the more
worse it gets,
like
probably.
The worse it gets. Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of like, hey, we're just gonna roll with this. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's wow. Holy cow! I was not expecting that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. Of all the things that I could have shared of an 11-hour journey from Missouri to Texas, boom.
I mean, a majority of that is quite empty, right? But like, you know, because you had to go through Oklahoma. But yeah.
Yes.
Oh, according to the internet, they were KFC / Long John Silver's. Like, man,
that's even worse.
That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. Anyway, so man, wow. Dang. I don't even know how to follow that. I've done nothing as exciting as this at all. Not even close.
Oh no.
Find the mythical IHOP Applebee's Burger King combo restaurant.
I wouldn't try. I think you may into some very dark. Like, there's a fine line between that and like the really dark places. So just
it's true.
Stay away.
It's true. This is what's happening when you're closing Pizza Huts, and this is what we get instead. Like, this is unfair, right?
The nature of horrors a vacuum, and here we have.
Yeah, it does. This is what happens. This is coalescing into some sort of monstrosity, right? It's like, so I've been to like buildings in like bigger cities and like that are like, it's like just a food court. Right, like the whole building is just a food court,
yes,
right?
yes.
So it's like the food court in the mall without the mall attached to it, you know. So like I've been to some of these in like bigger cities or in like other countries. Like there was a really cool one I was in like Sydney, right? But like this is like a worse version of that, right? Like
it's worse, people. It's worse. Absolutely worse.
Like this is what's going to start happening when like, because we're used to like telecommunications mergers, right, where like one company owns like every single thing. But what's going to happen when like one company owns, when there's only like 5 restaurant companies left?
Oh, I know.
Right, and they're just like horrendous hybrid restaurants, right, that are just, like what sort of like unholy combinations will exist.
Like
right?
a homunculus of menus
Yeah!
is going to be formed at the end of this, at the end of days.
Just be, and the best part about it is the only refuge from this will be Chinese restaurants.
Yes.
Right. They will just, that will be the bastion. The last
bulwark.
free bastion of American cuisine will be the Chinese takeout.
It's the only answer.
That'll be it.
Yes.
Standing strong against all odds, as it has for like 100 years, pretty much.
Unchanged.
Right.
Yes.
The bastion of all that is free. The Chinese takeout place. Right. That's really
And you know what? I'll be fine with that. At least.
That's true. At least it will have excellent chicken, right? That's what you can count on, right? You know,
yes.
You know, it's like that's like the two like these other things exist so that when you are traveling, you have like a reliable thing that you can know fast about. You go like, oh,
yes,
I know that IHOP, what that is. I don't have to like worry about searching. But you also just know it doesn't really matter what the Chinese restaurant is. It'll be good. You just go. You don't care. Doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter at all.
Nope, it does not.
I mean,
it's just going to be...
There's a denizen of southwestern Missouri. I've been to many Chinese restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I've ever been to one and been like... I mean, there's been some that are like less good that I don't prefer. But it is a rare beast indeed when you go and you're like, no, I did not like that.
Right. There's always something where you're like, yeah, that was, it was good.
You're like, okay, but like, you're still full. And there's still, like, it may not be like the best one ever, but it's like, very rarely is it ever bad. Right? It's hard to find bad Chinese food. Right? It's difficult. So,
I mean, Megan may have any issues with that because she says it's it's all bad, but
no, this is incorrect. Wrong take.
Yeah.
But like, I just know, like whenever I was like younger, right? Like you have different friends, right? Like it seems like at least in Springfield, right? Like every different friend you have has a different favorite Chinese restaurant. So you end up going to a whole bunch of them. And none of them are bad. Right? It's like, oh, okay, it's good. I like it. It's fine.
Yeah, everybody, and well, it's also interesting is, everyone has like the one that they like, and that everyone like for whatever weird reason, it's like, oh, this one makes really good crab rangoon, or like this one has really good cashew chicken, and then everyone just has their own that they go with,
yeah. And so like whenever it's a weird thing that I noticed was like I had a bunch of different friends, and they all had different favorite Chinese restaurants. Which it's not a bad problem to have, but it's interesting that that's how you end up going to a whole bunch of different ones because all of your friends want to go to different places.
Right. Yeah. Well, then you just
funny.
You just get to try some new things.
That's true. Or you just try to catch chicken at all of them, which, let's be fair, that's what actually happens.
Yes. It's the same thing across everything. It's fine.
You gotta test the sauce though. It's okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. Ugh. Anyway, I really haven't done anything this week. I played with the band a little bit more. I think the last game is tomorrow, so that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Okay.
Because we're doing that for, I think it's the last home game anyway. So it's like senior night, so we go to the band seniors and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing tomorrow.
Oh, very nice.
Pretty much it. Otherwise, it's been pretty. It's been wacky. We still have like a bunch of kids like sick. Right. So like I just like I don't think there's been a school day in like weeks that I've had like all of the people there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's real weird.
Oh, wow.
This is very abnormal, right? So it's kind of frustrating. It's like so hard to get these people caught up because like this person misses this day, but then that person misses this day, the next day, and then this other person misses 2 days. It's just like,
yeah,
I need to. So it's very stressful to try to get caught up and make sure everybody is like on track and like, did they do the thing? Did you do this thing? Hold on, come back. I need you to do this thing. Like,
right.
It's just very distressing. So that's been my biggest problem is like wrangling all the things.
Well, yeah, because you're not just wrangling people, you're also wrangling like status of completion and where they are in how things are like. Yeah, it would be one thing if you were just trying to keep track of how many days people missed, but now you're like the start-stopping nature and where they are in each individual assignment and everything.
You have to do this thing, and I have to give you the background of this, and I have to make sure you have this note for this thing. Like it's just very it's very weird that like this year it seems like worse than normal. Now again, I think part of this is because this is the largest class I have had in several years.
Oh, really?
So like that is also, I think, skewing my perception of events, right? Because if you have more people, then it's more likely that someone's going to be gone, right? It just statistically makes sense that you will have that. So like it would be harder to have people there. Although this winter illness has been quite rampant, just like flu. It's just like, oh yeah, with everything.
Yeah.
So I think those two factors combined might make it I think because the class is so much bigger, not so much, but it is bigger than the last several years that I've had, just for whatever reason, like it makes it feel worse too, because I just have more people to keep track of in general.
Sure.
Right. So that is also adding to like the perception of me being like,
yeah, there's more, there's just more stuff. Right?
More to do, yes.
Right.
So since you have to get going here for your big hosting event.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Let's talk about your man's Pipperino here.
Yeah, this one was something, wasn't it?
We do. Well, it was 37, right? Because I can count. Okay.
I keep losing track as well. I'm
again, because we have like several chapters where like one of these chapters is like meh. The other one is like, oh, by the way, before things get crazy, I need to tell you about this, which makes you go, what? And then we have, oh God, what's going on?
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts about 39. It's very, oh my God.
We can.
We'll get there in a minute.
Yes.
But 37, right? We pick up where we left off is when in the previous chapter, Pip had indicated that he now wanted to help establish Herbert, right, with his newfound like actual allowance. I did look this up. Also, 500 pounds at this time appears to be approximately something over $40,000 today. So it's like $40-some thousand US.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I had to just smush a giant spider that was crawling on my foot. Everything's fine. So that is where we're at. He wanted to talk to Wimmick about this thing, but he was talking to Wimmick at work. And so we know that at work Wimmick is a different person than at home Wimmick. So Wimmick sort of did indicate that like his response might be different at home. So Pip went to his house to see what was up.
Yes.
And we get he's out. And so Pip has to try to hang out with the aged for a bit, right? Like which is always fun.
Does enjoy that, doesn't he?
He does, it's a fun time. He's kind of like he's trying to, talk about it's hard to talk about him because he's like very deaf. But we do learn that fun side fact, Wimmick has fashioned a very exciting sort of mechanism to alert the aged that when he's coming home, some sort of pulleys and levers like drops out a plaque that has his name on it. That's from like a thing.
And how that happens and where it comes from, I'm like, what?
But it's a secret, though. It's known only to the aged and Wimmick's girl here, this Miss Skiffins lady, right? Like, we're introduced to her. She apparently comes over a lot because she's very familiar with the place, and she does like make tea and like all this stuff, right? Whatever. Yeah. But basically, this chapter we kind of just get some things there, and we learn that basically Wimmick thinks this is not a bad idea, really. He's like, this could be done. He's like, I'll even like help you kind of set it up if you want, like working behind the scenes to like make some of these things happen so that Herbert doesn't know that like you're funding him.
Well, so
and like setting him up, he was going to set him up with like another person, like get him like a job, like an actual job.
Well, yeah, because that's what Pip comes to him with, saying like, "Hey," Pip is going, "My expectations have now like I feel like he would have been better off had he not met me, and so I want to make sure that my expectations actually are benefiting others instead of just like hurting them."
Yes, which is noble.
Indeed.
Somehow he came to this conclusion, even though he's been around all these people this whole time. So that's good. But so he wants to like do it sneakily though. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna not let him know that, I kind of help push him into this job, and I'm gonna help kind of fund it in the background, but through like a third party situation, so that like
very interesting.
It is very interesting, right? Wimmick kind of helps him come up with these ideas, right?
Yeah.
And like the functionality of it all. But yeah, Pip does somehow come to this conclusion, this is what should be done, and they decide to go for it, right? This is kind of what's happening here, is that he decides that he wants to help out Herbert in his quest for business. And so, right, really, let's see, where's the part? Yeah. The whole business was so cleverly managed that Herbert had not the least suspicion of my hand being in it. I shall never forget the radiant face with which he came home one afternoon and told me, as a mighty piece of news, of his having fallen in with one Clarker or whatever, which is the person with the merchant's guy's name, right? Just coincidentally, totally by accident, right?
Yep. Nothing to see here. Keep moving along.
Yeah.
Moving along.
So, but day by day, his hopes grew stronger and his face brighter. He must have thought me a more and more affectionate friend, for I had the greatest difficulty in restraining my tears of triumph when I saw him so happy. So, Pip did want some of this to go to be used for good, right? He decided that he wants to like fund something, right? He's just got this money and he's just like wasting it, right? I don't know if he came to this decision because now he has like a regular, steady, actual income, and he doesn't just have to like borrow money when it runs out, go borrow more money, right? So because he has like this actual income stream, and because his life had no meaning and he was just sort of like frivolously throwing about his money, he wanted to like point it in a direction and try to do something. He does mention in here a couple times that he also, he does want Herbert to do well. He does want his friend to be happy. He does want to see a return on his investment, right? But like,
yes,
like also not purely altruistic here, right? Like not.
No,
right? He's looking for that ROI. He's goodness. But that is basically 37, right? And then we have we have chapter 38 where we go back to see Miss Havisham, of course. Yay!
Yay! Everyone's favorite.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
yeah. Everyone's a person that they know.
Uh-huh.
And we got this big interlude about Estella, right? Which is always the crux of everything weird. But right this time we get some like it's weird, right? Like Estella is not doing well either,
No.
right? Um, and she just is like at one point she's like, bro, when are you gonna figure it out? Like, this is not a good situation that we're in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be bad for you, right? Basically, she says, this is bad, right? Like, she is basically acknowledging that she knows her situation is messed up because Miss Havisham has like messed with her brain for so long, right? She's just like, man, you gotta stop. And he's like, oh, but I can't, blah blah. She's like, yo, you really should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, remember she's like, "That's true," with a cold, careless smile that always chilled me. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, this is so fun for everybody.
Yeah, like, and so anyway, they go to Miss Haversham's. There's this whole thing, but like, her and Miss Havisham have like this weird fight, right? Where it's
Yeah.
it's so awkward because Pip is like sitting there listening, just trying to like blend into the chair. Like,
As
he's like,
as
oh
as
no.
as Estella and Haversham are having as basically Haversham is saying the same things that Pip's sister did.
Yes.
Does she not? Right?
It's very similar. Yes, I was getting that vibe. Right.
Oh, yeah. Like not to the same extent or whatever, but like,
but it is like
oh
the
boy,
same vibe, right? Like,
yeah.
she doesn't say I brought you up by hand, but she's like, I raised you and you should owe me, blah blah blah. And Estella's like, oh, you, what have you done to me?
Well, Estella's
Right?
very
Like-
interesting. Yeah, because she's like, why can't you give me what I gave you? And Estella's like, what? I'm cold, I'm heartless, and blah blah. And Miss Haversham's like, love. I wanted you to give me love. And she's going, that I don't have any of that. You didn't give me that.
Like, you didn't give me that. You didn't teach me that. You taught me to
Yeah.
be spiteful and wicked and villainous, right? And like untrusting and manipulative. So why would you expect me to show any sort of affection towards you when you have never once shown it to me, right? But like, in Miss Haversham's twisted world, like, just paying attention to you for a few minutes is like, quote, loving you,
Yes.
right? But
Yep.
she doesn't have like the emotional capacity, because of her, like, she was in a relationship. This relationship she was in was like highly toxic, and like there was just red flags everywhere anyway. And then she was jilted at the altar, right? Which completely destroyed her completely skewed worldview about what love is anyway.
Right.
Because she thinks that love is just like devotion. She means those are like the same thing,
Uh-huh.
right? Like, that's all. So like, by paying attention to you, that's what she thinks that love is. And Estella's like, yo, what is wrong with you? Which, yes, Estella, that is the correct response. Right? Because she says love, and Estella says, you have my love. And Miss Haversham's, I do not. Right? And she's like, I have said that I owe you everything. All I possess is freely yours. All that you have given me is at your command to have again. Beyond
Yeah.
that, I have nothing. And if you ask me to give you what you never gave me, my gratitude and duty cannot do impossibilities. Ah! Ouch!
Ouch. Big ouch. Yeah, I mean, she's basically, she's just this whole conversation, and I know Pip has some realizations here too, but from Estella, she's basically saying like, I can't give you what I don't have,
Mhm.
but you can have everything that I have, which is all this stuff. And it's interesting because during this conversation, I mean, do you get the sense that this is where it kind of finally clicks for Pip of what he sees, right? He sees all of these things going on. Because I think there was a moment in there where he was like, in this moment, I saw, where was this? Maybe not. Maybe this may have been early on in this conversation. Oh yeah. He said, candles were lighted in that room. My thoughts passed into the great rooms. I saw it written as if it were in the cobwebs from the centerpiece, the crawlings of the spiders. It happened on the occasion of this visit, where he's basically saying like, I just kind of saw everything for as it was, for this instant of what was going on here.
Yeah. And he's kind of discovering what's going on, and
Very
he
slowly.
kind of but like he doesn't do anything about it. He he's been doing this for a while now. He like realizes the situation, and like he is already like emotionally damaged, and so he like realizes the situation. He realizes like this is bad and kind of toxic, but he's just like, but she's pretty though. You're like, God, you were almost there.
Almost there, but
Right?
no.
Like with this whole thing that comes next, right? Like they like this weird, like this chapter is all of a sudden like we have this weird thing where like, you know, he finds out that Estella has been like courting around with like a bunch of other dudes also,
specifically
right? Specifically Drummel, right? Because you know, Drummel's adult, and they're like at the little lodge thing, whatever, and they're toasting to women, which that's weird, but whatever. And he brings her up, and Pip is like incensed, right? Um, and he wants to like smack him in his face with a glove or whatever. I don't even know. And he's like, "You have to prove that you know her," blah blah blah. And it's this whole big thing about like Estella's affection and all this stuff, and like he has to eat some crow because he's mad that she favored Drummel, right? And she's like, they're talking again after this, and she says, "Pip, don't be foolish about its effect on you. You may have its effect. It may have its effect on others, and may be meant to have. It is not worth discussing." Right? She's like, "This is what Miss Haversham wanted." Right? She wants me to be her, like revenge on the male species, right? And so, this is what she told me to do. Don't really read too much into this because it's just like being a flirt, right? Like whatever. But he's still mad that she doesn't show him any favor, right? Even though he's like clearly obsessed with her. And uh she gets mad at him because he calls her proud and inflexible. And she was like, Me? You called me? That's funny.
Right.
Which, yes.
Uh-huh.
But there is a part here where she like turns at him and looks at him, right? And this was the part that I thought was like crazy. Right. She's like, "Do you want me to deceive and entrap you? Is that what you want?" Because she's basically saying, "Look, I am playing a game with them. I'm being as honest as I possibly can with you."
Yes.
She's like, "Do you want to be part of the game?" Trust me, the answer is no, right? And she says, he says, "Did you deceive and entrap him, Estella?" And she says, "Yes, and many others. All of them but you."
Yeah. Yeah.
Like she's being as real as she possibly can with him. Like she is trying to not.
She's trying. Yep.
Yeah. She's like, "Look, I don't know. We don't know why she's doing that, right? But like she is saying like, yeah, it's a game, and this is the game I'm supposed to play. It's part of my deal with Haversham, right? This is like part of her little compact or whatever with like, you take care of me, blah, 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 you give me the money, blah, whatever, you help insure me, and then I have to do this for you in return, right? And she's basically saying, I do this to everybody, but I have never done it to you. And he like doesn't know how to deal with that because like he wants her attention and affection, but like he's also realizing that all the attention and affection that she's giving to all these other people is just like completely fake.
Yes.
And he's like, well,
I don't want
I
that.
don't want that. Yeah. Like,
fine. You put it that way.
Yeah. He's like, fine. If you
whatever.
So this is a bit of a portend here for things to come, because in chapter 39, the house of cards comes tumbling down, and we have what can only be described as a shocking revelation.
Shock.
Yeah. And Pip is really upset about this, and I don't know why. And we'll get to that. But like, okay. So anyway, 2 years later, right? We just times jump 2 years.
We have to. We just have to. Yep. 2 years.
You know, which I couldn't take any more chapters of just like randomly wandering about and spending money on junk and yelling at Drumble because I can't be bothered with him. But he's like business is booming for old Herbie, right? And so they've moved rooms. They're in some other place, right? Yeah. At the garden court down by the river, right? So it's a little bit nicer since Herbert has money now. Pip has his money now. So Herbert is out of town in France. He took passage to Marseille. And it was a dark and stormy night because we do have to use literary tradition.
All of the traditions here.
As storms and rain bring about a drastic change, right? As a storm brings change to the atmosphere, so too do literary storms bring change to the life of our character. The tropiest of tropes. Not maybe necessarily when Dickens was writing this, right? But we have a visitor.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night in a rainstorm.
Surely, what could go wrong?
Yeah. Right? And so he heard a rapping at his chamber door.
Rapping.
But it was not a raven. It was a man, right? He's like, again, I don't know what universe this is, but like, he's like, in the middle of the night, a strange man comes knocking on your door in a storm. He's like, I'm here to see Pip. And Pip's just like, yeah, sure, come in.
Yeah, it's no worries.
Bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy comes in and he sits down. Pip's looking at him and he's like, who in the heck is this guy? What does this guy possibly want? Why is this man here in my house? And then he takes off his hat and Pip's jaw lands squarely upon the floor. Because Colin, who is this man?
Oh, no, no.
Oh, man.
It's, I don't know what I was expecting when this happened. It was very, I don't know, what did you think whenever he took off his hat?
Yeah, this was very weird. I had to just sort of keep reading because I was like, why? Right. But then it all made sense very quickly. At least the revelation was fast, right? It's, of course, the convict, right? The OG convict from chapter 1.
That we thought was dead, didn't we, at some point?
Yeah, we don't really know what's happening here. I relinquished the intention he had detected, for I knew him. Even yet, I could not recall a single feature, but I knew him. If the wind and the rain had driven away the intervening years, had scattered all the intervening objects, had swept us to the churchyard where we first stood face to face on such different levels, I could not have known my convict more distinctly than I knew him now, as he sat in the chair before the fire. No need to take the file from his pocket and show me. No need to take the handkerchief from his neck and twist it around his head. No need to hug himself with both his arms and take a shivering turn across the room, looking back at me for recognition. I knew him before he gave me one of those aids, although a moment before, I had not been conscious of remotely suspecting his identity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He... Yeah, it all, like basically, yeah, like it all was kind of making sense and putting pieces together there. Like he had a faint sense of what was going on, but then,
yeah. So we learned that he went to our convict guy here went to America, right? To the Americas somewhere, because he just says away in the new world. That's kind of what we get. So we're not quite sure, but we are on an American continent somewhere. And he became like a sheep farmer. Yes, a sheep farmer and stock breeder, right? And he like took in some guy, took him in, and then when he died, he passed on the whole operation to this guy, and like, bang, right? He is apparently making money hand over fist as a sheep farmer.
Who knew? Who
and
knew?
Our second revelation, right? Yes. Is where did that go? He's talking about stuff and he's like, oh yeah, you know, oh right. He's asking like, oh, you know, might you know, where you're getting your money from? And he's like, I don't know, right? And he just starts like, he's like, concerning this guardian, he went on, there ought to be some guardian or such like, whilst you was a minor, some lawyer maybe, and the first letter of that lawyer's name, would it be J?
Oh, man. And this next, I mean, you really get his Pip's reaction to this, where he says, all the truth of my position came flashing on me. Its disappointments, dangers, disgraces, consequences of all kinds rushed in such a multitude that I was borne down by them and had to struggle for every breath I drew. Because Pip has, I don't know, these great expectations and has been living for somewhere between 3 and 15 years.
Fair.
with what is with this magical fairy land that he has built up in his mind, and it has all come crashing down. And part of this too is his, like, how much he has put himself through all of these things. Like,
yes. Yes. This is where I'm going to get to, right?
Oh,
because really, Pip's actual stated expectations have not changed at all, right? Because this guy says to him that he just wanted to make him into a gentleman.
Yeah.
That's all it says. That's all he said.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, I wanted to fund you in your pursuits. I wanted you to get schooling. I wanted you to learn. I wanted you to become a gentleman. This was the stated goal from the beginning, right? A lot of these other expectations Pip has put upon himself, right? And I am annoyed that the source of the money bothers him so much.
Yes.
Right? Because he is thinking like, this person is a convict. I don't even know what he did to be convicted in the first place. Although you could be convicted of many exciting things in Victorian England, like being poor or stealing bread or, a number of very unexciting crimes that would get you labeled a quote unquote convict for a long amount of time, right? You don't have to like murder anybody. You can just like not pay a tax and then boom, jail, got him. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a great environment to live in. So Pip, though, has decided that this person is as a convict is bad.
Yes.
Right. And then somehow that Miss Haversham is quote good. What? I don't.
How
no.
did we get there? Yeah.
Yeah. Doubt. And so he's very upset by the source of the money. Right. And I don't know why. Right. I guess because he had built this false world in his mind where he was being funded by Miss Haversham too, and like he was destined for all these things, and like he was destined to be with Estella, but like now this is all just like made up fluff, and some of that is just like coincidental nonsense and doesn't matter because he was being funded by somebody completely different in the first place.
Indeed.
Either way though, Pip did not put one drop of labor into this capital, right? Not one. He was gifted the whole thing, handed to on a platter, and he did this. But his own like choices, bad decisions, greed, led him to where he is now. It's not the money's fault necessarily. It's what Pip did and how he handled the situation, right? So he talks about how he's like upset, right? And he's like, it's all for naught, right? He says, that I would not have gone back to Joe now. I would not have gone back to Biddy now for any consideration. Simply, I suppose, because my sense of my own worthless conduct to them was greater than every consideration, right? Because he thought that he was doing this for some big grand plan for Miss Haversham, and he like discarded Joe and Biddy, like the only people in his life that ever cared about him. And now he won't face them because he was discarding them for somebody else that was not Miss Haversham. Like a person who may also suck, but like Miss Haversham equally sucks, right? Like she's not a good person. She doesn't, contribute to society in a positive manner. She's not like, at least this guy, again, this makes me mad because Miss Haversham did not work for any of her money. She inherited it all from her family, and then like she just has it, like compound interest and all this stuff, right? Where this dude, even though he does have a history of a convict, he went to the Americas, he worked hard, and he got a lot of money from his work, and now he wants to give his money to somebody else, and Pip's mad about that.
Yeah.
Well, what the heck?
And the intent here that he has over here, like you just see the extreme difference of this and of the love that our convict here has for Pip, because he talks about how he's walking around over there in the colonies or whatever, and he's filling up the dust over me as I was walking. And what do I say? I says to myself, I'm making a better gentleman nor ever you'll be. When one of them says to another, he was a convict a few years ago and is ignorant common fellow, for all he's lucky. What do I say? I says to myself, if I ain't a gentleman, nor yet ain't got no learning, all the owner of such. Like, basically, he has such, like,
I mean, he's like indebted to Pip because Pip didn't
so
tell him,
indebted. Yes,
right?
He didn't tell. He helped and he let him go. And now, like, this guy is out there being like, I'm going to make that guy's life so amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to reward him for helping me, right? And Pip's mad because he's an idiot. Like, that's what.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yep. Yeah.
So annoying. I was angry when I read this. I was like actually angry at Pip, like even more so than normal. Like normally he's just like doing something dumb, but he's like actively like, yes, is it weird that a strange man shows up in your house in the middle of the night and like professes love to you and tries to like kiss your hand and stuff? Yes, that's awkward. it's a little bit weird. I don't think I like that very much. But the fact that he is like actively pushing away from like and is now like resentful of his windfall because it did not come from the source that he thought it was coming from. You could make a pretty strong argument that it's coming from a better, more sincere place than where he thought it was coming from, right? Like,
yes,
I don't know what he made up all this Miss Havisham stuff by himself, right? He all of it, 100% concocted, right, from his own mind, and so he has nobody to blame but himself. I mean, to be fair, it's not unlikely that he would come to that conclusion based on the turning of events and the timing of everything and all that stuff, right? But still, he's mad, right? And it just makes me really annoyed that he thinks that this guy's hard-earned, hard-won money is not as good as Miss Haversham's dirty old trust fund money, right? This is like partially a new money versus old money discussion. Right, where this guy has worked hard, he like got a little bit lucky, right? He fell in with the right time, but he got a lot of money because he was like good at his like sheeping job.
Yep.
And Pip is mad because that money is apparently not green enough for him. He wants Miss Haversham's crusty old wedding cake money. I don't even know. Like, it's so annoying. Because he didn't have to do anything, he didn't work for anything.
Nope. It just, but I think part of that too is just what he has put himself through over the last, again, between 3 and 15 years of torment, of like, I think that's definitely a big part of this is him looking back at decisions and sacrifices that he's made and going, oh, all of that was completely pointless. Like 100% of the things and the pain that I had done and everything that I had built up is now just a lie. And what's even more frustrating is that Pip was all the more free throughout all these. Like he could have been so much freer of all this burden and everything. And yet he's like longing for the burden to be back. He's longing for the suffering to put himself through more of that in. It's very twisted, but it's this, well, I'm sure there's some sunk cost fallacy in this, and there's also just this, but that kind of sounded nice, and I don't know. This is a very interesting takeaway for Pip.
It's very weird. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what the next like 2 or 3 chapters have, because I want to see how he deals with this. And again, I think part of the biggest problem is he does touch on it briefly in this chapter is that now he's like really ashamed and like he pushed, like I said, he pushed Biddy and Joe away from him.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah.
Right. That the one relationship that he like actually cared about with Joe, like he like ruined it by being a gentleman, right? So I don't even know if it's that like where the money came from at some point in this is like all of this stuff, all of these things I've been doing, like I've lost Joe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
well,
I don't know.
We also learned that there's some danger associated with this too, because the convict's like,
that is true.
He's like, oh yeah, by the way,
I'm still wanted.
I am still wanted. I was there for death. Remember that? So like, hey, I need some place to sleep.
Yeah. And so he's like, okay, well, my buddy's gone, so you can sleep in his bed. He's like, all right, sweet. So yeah, that also kind of ramps up a little bit. That kind of messes with Pip's brain because he's like, oh, cool. Now we're in danger from the law.
The law.
Because you're here.
Yeah.
Eek.
Yeah. This, all this stuff, and I think especially having the previous chapter leading right into this one, really speaks to that self-torment that Pip has put himself in, and how and how in one instance you would think that there'd be some relief here of him being like, oh wow, I don't have to go through all that stuff. Great, thanks. But then there is this, but look at everything I've had to do, like you said, look at everything I've had to do and give up in order to be here. And I can't go back. I can't just forget all that stuff like it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. So like I said, I'm very interested now to actually read at least the next few chapters just to see what is Pip gonna do. Like, where do we go from here? Like it felt like the book was building to something. This is not what I expected, but it's good because now we actually have a thing. Like the status quo has been disrupted in some way. So I want to know how we're going to deal with this. Right?
Yeah.
And conveniently, this is the end of the second stage of Pip's expectations.
Yes.
Right.
They definitely have come to an end.
Yes. And so we'll see what happens. So we got like a third of this thing left, roundabout. So will there be? I'm imagining there's not going to be a satisfying ending to this one.
No.
Like at all.
No.
Will it be not satisfying in a way I'm okay with, like the Hemingway? Or is it just gonna be like, yo, what the heck? Like that's
definitely that one.
1,000% calling it now. It's definitely now.
Calling it now. There's no way it's not.
Well, we'll find out before too long, I guess. So,
indeed.
Boom. There we go.
Yes.
There we go. Well, to end and to get you off to bed so you can MC all the live long day.
Yes.
Do all the things. We do have, of course, the haiku for you.
Perfect.
Right. Right. Probably no backstory needed. You can probably figure this one out, right?
Oh,
it's pretty good.
See.
Metals glistening under the Italian snow. A bright golden glow.
Man, nice. I like that. It's been. I have enjoyed these, and did you get to watch any of the mountaineering stuff?
I did watch some of that. It was on this morning before I went to work.
Yeah,
that is a wacky sport.
That was, especially now because it's like intensely snowing.
Yeah,
on the mountain. That was great.
That is pretty great. I do like the amount of snowfall occurring.
Yes,
this has really stiffened Susan's resolve about this fictitious Italy move in the future. She's like, bro, no, we're going. Like, look at this snow. We have to go.
Well, okay, we really need to start looking at villas then.
I gotta ramp it up now, but yeah, really. That was an interesting event. I would like to see the longer version because the show I was like, that's a lot of work for 2 minutes. Like, I don't know.
2 minutes. I was really thinking that this would be like a lot more.
Yeah, but that was the sprint. That was the sprint one. So I don't know. Yeah, still. It's a good idea, right? I think we need to make it longer, but like it was interesting.
Yeah,
it was interesting. I also, the other event that I saw that I was confused about was like I don't remember what it's called, like the double mogul thing, where like the two people went down at the same time, and it was it was like a race, but not a race,
but not a race,
but a race, but not,
definitely a race,
but yes, but no,
yes,
because that event confused me a lot. Because like it is a race kind of, but also your points scoring on your jumps really matters. So you do have to do like big jumps to get a lot of points. Because if you do like a small jump to get down and go faster, you don't get as many points. So you might win, but you might lose. I was very perplexed by that event, but like it was...
and every time I see anything that has to do with moguls, I just like gently massage my knees.
I know. All the announcers are like, it doesn't really hurt your knees. I'm like, lies. Okay, so
yes, absolute lies.
Yeah. All right, but we can sum that up next time as well as conference summary. But I'll let you go so you can get to bed for your duties tomorrow.
Duties as assigned.
Tomorrow, and maybe some that will be assigned tomorrow. Maybe some surprise duties.
I think there'll be some more, but
Okay, you better go to bed.
On that bombshell, we'll do
boy.
this. We'll do this again.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.